The objective for this video is to learn how to identify and avoid the following ways that data is misused to create a false impression: suspect samples and ambiguous averages. Data is used appropriately every day to attempt to describe populations, compare populations, determine relationships between variables, test hypotheses, and make estimates about population characteristics. However, data is also frequently misused to sell products that don't work properly, to attempt to prove something true that is not really true, or to get our attention by using statistics to evoke fear, shock, and outrage. First, let's look at suspect samples. It is important that sample sizes are large enough and that the subjects in the sample were selected randomly. Consider the statement, 3 out of 4 doctors recommend pain reliever A. If the sample contained only 4 doctors, then the data set is certainly not large enough to draw a significant conclusion. A sample of 100 doctors might suggest more reliable results. However, if the 100 doctors in the survey were selected conveniently at a conference sponsored by pain reliever A, then the results might suggest some bias that would render the results unreliable. If news media outlets relied on samples taken at elementary schools for election polling, your favorite superhero could very well be mistakenly reported as the frontrunner for the presidential election. Ambiguous averages. There are 4 commonly used measures that are loosely called averages. They are the mean, median, mode, and mid-range. A reporter of statistics, in an attempt to convince his reader to see his point of view, may use the mean to describe a data set that contains a few extreme data values, when the median might be a much better descriptor of the central tendencies of the population. Consider the following closing prices for all 10 homes sold in a given month in a small town. A quick examination of the data shows that homes in this area frequently sell in the mid-100,000s of dollars. However, we can see that there are more expensive properties that sell in this market as well. If the individual data values were unavailable and someone attempted to characterize the data set by reporting only the mean of $235,400, it would create a false impression with regard to the actual housing market in this town. The median closing price is $158,500, which is much more representative of the actual housing market in this town. As you progress through the study of statistics, you will find that the median is frequently the better measure to characterize data sets that contain extreme data values. In this video, we learned to identify and avoid the following ways that data is misused: suspect samples and ambiguous averages.